On Track GP. Listen, I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to the new F1 season, and you're going to be able to watch it all here on Track, and I'm honoured to be a part of it. Now, I've been sent some questions from some fans to answer about F1, and I'm ready. If you don't know my F1, come on, hit me. I'm going to try my best to answer them. Listen, let me go. Let's see. Who's going to win F1 this season? That's an easy one, isn't it? It's going to be Max Verstappen. I mean, I can't see anybody getting anywhere near him again. He's got the best car. Right now, he's the best driver. And not only that, the last 2 seasons he's won it. So he's been there, he's done it, he knows how to do it. He's ruthless. I can't see anybody surpassing him this season again. So Verstappen for me. Who's going to win the Constructors? That's quite an easy one to answer as well. Red Bull, again, have got an unbelievable car. I mean, listen, we've got to take our hats off to those guys who designed that car. It's absolutely brilliant. Everything is on point. Every year they just improve on it and improve on it and improve on it, and they've done it again. And I just feel that Red Bull, they're going to run away with the Constructors again. So it's got to be Red Bull for me. Top 3 drivers. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Well, listen, we know it's going to be Verstappen. So Verstappen, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go for Sergio Perez, who's, you know, also is co-driver at Red Bull. You know what I mean? I think he'll win a couple of races this season. And if he doesn't win races, he'll be coming second a lot of times, maybe third, but he'll always be more or less on the podium. So I think Sergio Perez. But who's going to come in third? Do you know what? This is a really interesting one. I mean, Leclerc. I mean, he had a good season last year, but it's just a tough one, man. Let me go Lewis Hamilton, because surely he can't be as bad as last season. I know he had a terrible car and everything, but Lewis Hamilton didn't win a race last year. You know, the only race that Mercedes won, that was George Russell. Surely Lewis Hamilton's got to get better this year. So I'm going to go Hamilton in third. Top 3 in the Constructors. Red Bull again. I know it's getting boring, but it's going to be Red Bull again. Ferrari, I think. You know, they've got a great car. I think they had a great car last year. They just messed up, didn't they? You know what I mean? They messed up in their strategy. The car was a little bit unreliable, but when they had it running, it was a really, really good car. They've changed their strategy team this year. They've changed their principle. They're looking... I think we might see them do something this year. Leclerc, Sainz, 2 great drivers. Ferrari. Ferrari in second. Third is interesting. We've got to watch out for Aston Martin, because my friend told me the other day, and I've got a friend who's, you know, involved in F1, and he said to me he went to Aston Martin's factory, and he told me then, he said, Robbie, their car looks great, they're confident there, they're saying they've got a great car this season that's going to do something. I should really go over what he says, but I'm going to go against him. I'm going Mercedes. But watch out for Aston Martin, you know what I mean? He did say. Driver to watch. I was thinking George Russell at first, because, you know, I was really impressed with him last year and what he did. Sainz as well is another good driver. But let's watch out for Alonso this season. I mean, Alonso, he might be one of the oldest on the track. I think he's over 40 now, but he's still an incredible driver. And if my friend's right and he's got a great car at Aston Martin, he might do some damage this year. Ruthless driver as well. Yeah, let's go for Alonso as that driver to watch. Car to watch. Car to watch. I'm going to go with Aston Martin again. Let's go with Aston Martin. As I said, my friend told me about the Aston Martin car. Even in looking at the car, it looks good. I just got a feeling that they have made big strides. So car to watch this season, Aston Martin. All-time favourite driver. This is a tough one, isn't it? Because you go Schumacher, Prost, Senna, absolute legend. But I'm going to go for Lewis Hamilton. You know, I mean, he's British. He's a guy that comes from the sort of places where I come from. You know, I mean, I like what he's done in coming into a sport that's always been quite elitist. We've got to have, you know, millions of pounds just to get a drive. He hasn't come from that background. He's come in and he's dominated it over the years, and he's still doing his thing. Even though he had a poor season last year, I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton as my all-time favourite driver. Favourite track? Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go for a track that I went to a couple of years ago and I absolutely loved it. And that was Monza over there in Italy, near Milan. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Fast racetrack, great race. And what I loved about it the most, being a guy that, you know, I always love to see fans doing their thing, was the fans there in Italy. They were absolutely brilliant. It was like being at a football match. And actually, the race that I went to, Leclerc was driving Ferrari. He won the race, and the place went crazy. The atmosphere, the flags, the Ferrari flags. I mean, they were everywhere. I mean, it was just an amazing race. So I'm going to go as Monza as my favourite track. If you could go to one race this season, which race would it be? Ooh, there's a lot of races on this season. I think more races than ever before. I've always loved Monaco, man. You know, when you see these guys sitting on their yachts, drinking champagne, smoking a cigar, and just laid back watching the cars go past. I mean, that would be an experience, wouldn't it? Monaco. Not always the best race because of how the track is, but aesthetically, historically, that would be a race to go to. I'm really interested in the race in Qatar. I was there for the World Cup. Love Qatar. Loved how they do things over there. Know that's going to be organised. Know that's going to be on point. Qatar is one I'll be interested in. But you know what? I'm going to go for Las Vegas. The first race they're ever doing in Las Vegas. For me, F1 and Las Vegas just go together. You know, there's going to be the glamour there. There's going to be the high rollers there. It's going to be packed with celebs. You're going to want to be at one of those F1 after parties, aren't you, in Las Vegas? You know, with all the casinos there and everything. It's just like, it's just a match made in heaven for me. If I could go to one race this year, Las Vegas, that's where I'd want to be. So listen, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for the F1 season to start. On Track is going to be covering all the races. I'm going to be featuring on a lot of the watch-alongs, a lot of the previews and that. I love my F1. Get into your F1 by joining us on this channel. There'll be loads of experts coming on. We got Abby. I saw her video. She's so excited about it, you know, and why wouldn't she? She supports Tottenham, so, you know, this is a way to get away from all that. And I'm only joking, Abby. But listen, I can't wait for it. Check out the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe right now so that you can get all the notifications of all the content that's coming out. But F1 is back.